So last night I was talking to MinuteTech and we were basically saying how like crazy it was that there were people who looked up to us as content creators. Because I saw this video where like there were some kids getting excited over me and Bitless dueling on Mindman. They were like, "Oh my god, there's a chance we could be in the video they're recording. Oh my god, yo!" And I this made me so happy inside, right? Because I was making these kids laugh, and I also felt really responsible for the type of content I put out there, for how I portrayed myself as a person and the type of person I was. Because these guys are really impressionable. These guys are really young, right? And so how I act would reflect on them because my content is what they're digesting. Now, I went to sleep kind of thinking about my own childhood, how I was, brought up watching Dan TDM, watching Beijing Canadian, watching Skatez Minecraft. And then I paused a bit on Skatez Minecraft and I was just thinking to myself, man, this is the guy that got me into YouTube. It really sucks that he went through all that bullshit. I can still remember very clearly, I watched one of his mod reviews. That was the video that got me into Minecraft, right? 10 years ago. I remember. I went to sleep. The last thought in my head was, damn, I feel bad for Sky. He should not have had to go through all that shit. And then the next morning, I got up, I opened Discord, and my heart sank because there were people tagging me in this post by one of Sky's exes, I believe, basically detailing a lot of shitty things that the guy has done. And I didn't want to believe it. There was a part of me that was in denial. I was like, okay, oh god, this is another one of his crazy exes. And then I scrolled down to the comments, and I saw people like Deadlocks. I saw people like Ant Venom. I saw people like Shadow Sorcerer. And I saw even Jerome ASF, who is known to be the chillest guy in the OG MC community, basically verifying whatever that person said in the post, right? I couldn't bring myself to read all the pages of the post. I couldn't bring myself to see every single bit of evidence in the post. I got up to page 4, and the allegations were stacks on stacks of stacks, right? If you thought people like Avery and Dahamid were bad, Skatez Minecraft is on a whole other level, with 10 years worth of manipulation, 10 years worth of domestic abuse, animal cruelty, sexual assault, sending pics of himself to underage girls, embezzling funds from his company to buy drugs, if I'm not wrong. Just lying and cheating and doing a bunch of dumb shit. I'm honestly, I don't know. Now, with how many people get exposed in the MC community, I would normally be desensitized to this, right? Like a few weeks back, average MC YT, he got exposed, right? I was like, whatever, I don't care. This happens every 2 weeks. But Skatez Minecraft is basically what Dream is today to all of us that were growing up back then. Skatez Minecraft was the face of Minecraft for easily 4 years, from about 2012 to probably 2016, 2015. If you thought of Minecraft and you thought of Minecraft YouTubers, the first three, the big three you would think of, were probably Dan TDM, Sky, and probably either Popular MMOs or Captain Sparkles. But Sky would always be like in the mention. If someone watched a Minecraft YouTuber, there was like a 99% chance they watched Sky, right? And honestly, I'm not gonna talk too much about like what he did to everyone. I feel like Sky's ex-friend group has pretty much already said everything that needs to be said. But I do want to talk about one line in the thread that made me feel pissed, that made me feel sad, and just made me feel betrayed. I'm Skatez Minecraft. They will believe anything I say. That made me feel like a fool. Because in his drama with his ex Elisa, I was on his side. He had beef with KSI, he had beef with Elisa, and the whole way I was on his side. I looked at the entire picture and I thought to myself, okay, pretty sure Sky is telling the truth. I'll believe him. And I was just supporting Sky the entire way. Like it just makes me feel so stupid because he was stringing all his subscribers along this entire time for the past 10 years, right? Now, a lot of you guys watching this video, I'm pretty sure I can split into 2 age groups. The first one are people my age who grew up with Sky's content, and you guys know exactly how I feel right now. The other group, you guys are probably really young. I'm gonna assume you guys are about 14 years old, right? You guys don't know how shit it feels yet. You guys aren't old enough to understand how it feels. But imagine you meet someone, you're excited to see someone every single day. Every day, the minute you get home, the one thing you want to do is call them. The one thing you want to do is talk to them. The one thing you want to do is check on how they're doing. The one thing you want to do is hear about what they have to say. Just know that they're okay, right? For 10 years of your entire fucking life, right? and then it turns out that this entire time, and this whole the entire 10 years, like, they were just fucking with you, and that they were just a really shitty person, and that they were playing the victim the entire fucking time. I felt like such a fucking fool, dude. I don't know. But that aside, but my disappointment with Sky aside, right? What's done is done. The entire community is basically turned on him. We basically know that there's no coming back for him right now. And pretty much, at the end of the day, I did have one. I don't want to say positive takeaway, but I did have one takeaway that would affect me positively, or I'm hoping will go on to affect me positively. And basically, it's just me rethinking back to that conversation I had with MinuteTech last night on my responsibility as a content creator. Because I feel like with one of the biggest motivations that I have in the past year and a half, especially with this shitty climate of people constantly getting exposed, is that I want to make content that you guys will be able to look back in 10 years and be like, I had a good childhood. This Armegon guy, you know, he made his content was pretty decent. It made me smile. I had a good childhood. I want people to be able to look back and smile at the childhood, right? But now with what Sky has done, I look back and I just I look back now and I just think, oh, how many hours I spent watching his content. I think there was a period of time. I think in 2014, you could have asked me, which Skatez Minecraft video I had not watched, and I would have said I watched every single one of his videos. There was a point in time I had watched every single one of his videos. I believe he had 700 videos up at that time. I watched every single one, every single second of it, and I loved every single second of it. But now I just feel like a fool for supporting that guy. So I just want to end this video off basically by just kind of like saying I want to make a promise to you guys, alright? That whatever I do in content creation, I don't want to do anything that will ever disappoint you. I want to make content and I want to be a good example and a good person so that you guys can look back and basically smile and be like, yo, you know what? This guy raised me well, right? I mean, it sounds weird because I'm only 18. But yeah, it's like one thought I constantly have really is just how the YouTubers we watched growing up as a kid, they're growing along with us because most of them are pretty young. Like Dan TDM, Popular MMOs, we watched them go through like thick and thin. Dan, not so much. I think he was pretty like sane throughout most of it. But Popular MMOs, for example, he went through a lot of marital troubles. We grew up with them, right? We grew up with them, and you know they're raising us, but we're watching them grow along with us. And I just want to basically be one of those YouTubers that you can look up to, like Dan TDM right now, and be like, you know what? He wasn't so bad. He was pretty cool. And yeah, basically my promise to you guys is that I don't want to ever disappoint you guys. I don't want to ever do something that will basically go like, wow, I regret watching this guy's content. I regret supporting this guy. I don't want that to ever happen. So yeah, take care. Yeah, Sky, I if you're watching this, I sincerely hope you get some help because you really need it.